beaver tour. All this milkweed just popped up. See, the ground got compacted here. Like, ground compaction is a big problem.
So this is from the deer?
No, it's from the truck.
Oh, is there another top over there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And so here I was afraid the bank would collapse and the truck would fall over the cliff. So that's why I got full coverage insurance on my truck. Yeah, so this one here we built 4 years ago. So that was called a BDA, a Beaver Dam Analog. So we had like a weave, there was a weave, and we didn't really know what we were doing, so. And then here we started to dump, so we dumped like 3 loads of clay here with my dump truck. Mm-hmm. So my truck there is actually a dump truck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now
okay.
it is?
Okay, here you go, James. Okay. Cameraman. But then we started building the dam here, and it didn't hold water because all the riprap, the concrete riprap, and so we just abandoned it and built it there instead. And now it's holding water.
Is it that where those sticks are sticking up?
Yeah. So all those sticks are willow, so they're actually alive. So we actually grafted them in there and covered the open wounds with Elmer's glue, and so now they're all sprouting. Let's go check it out. Okay, so as James pointed out, it's a 2-part dam. Why is it a 2-part dam? So this. Oh, do you want to say something?
No, you can say it.
Oh, okay, so this is actually the second dam like this we built, right? So the other dam, this style we built, which is further downstream, it didn't hold up. It like breached. So for this dam, we thought we'd try something different. So what we did was we actually used like 3 times the amount of willow. And what we noticed was that the dam started eroding at the very bottom. Right? So that's like one of the principles of erosion, is it always starts at the bottom and then it works its way up. So that's why we have a safety, we call it a safety dam here, so that during heavy flow, this creates a pool. So when you have a pool of water, that's the best way, one of the best ways to avoid that erosive force. Because the water will absorb, you don't have like a strong wave, like a strong current. You know, you have like hitting the bottom, right? You have like more of a pool. It's landing in a pool.
Yes, cool.
And so it looks like it really worked. So this here is like, I think 3 loads of clay. So it's like 6 tons of clay, and then a load of small gravel, and then a load of the big gravel.
How much was all that?
It was like, I think like, well, the clay is $4 a load, and the gravel is about $20 a load.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty cheap.
Where are the beavers?
Good question. Come over here, get in the.
So where are the beavers?
So right now is actually too soon for beavers, because if beavers were to come here, they would literally just yank these willow sticks out of the ground, and they're going down like 4 or 5 feet. We pounded them in with a sledgehammer like that, and we've been doing that for like 4 years, and the beavers will show us like, where's all the willow, you know, and they just pull it out of the ground and eat it. So in about 3 to 5 years, when these willows are 10 feet tall, that will be the perfect time to relocate beavers to here, and hopefully, you know, so at such a time maybe we'll like build the water up a little more, and because the beavers like about 2 or 3 feet of water, but this is at the kind of the very top of the watershed here, so maybe they'll so we actually have like 5 dams here.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be plenty of room for them to pick whatever spot they want to pick, and plenty of food for them to eat the willow, and plenty of other trees, invasive trees for them to eat.
So why did you originally build these here? What was the reason for building these?
Oh, so the client was mostly concerned with erosion. So he doesn't really care about beavers too much, but he entertains the idea. It's kind of a joke. But he really likes the work we're doing, and we just had about 5 or 10 inches of heavy rain the last couple weeks, and the dam held up really well. There's no noticeable signs of failure.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how often will you come check on it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of designed to fail, and like the main part of the dam that we're kind of relying on is the willow. So as long as the willow is alive and growing, then we can always add more material to it based on what it. But the willow is the main kind of thing. So the higher water helps the willow to grow.
Where'd you get the willow from?
From a, so we always like to use local genotype willow when you're doing restoration. So I noticed a spot on Highway 1 just south of town that had ancient local willow still there from when it was a wetland. And so we loaded up the willow in the truck, and it sprouts really well. It's crazy.
What did this place look like before you got here? What was it like again?
So like this here is all erosion. So, 100 years ago, or maybe more, oh look, we got a lot of dragonflies right there.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you can see here, back 200 years ago when this used to be a wetland, and there used to be beavers right here, but they were like way up here, right? It was like 10 feet tall, and over time it eroded down. So all this topsoil, this used all like black topsoil. You can get a close-up right here. Virgin Iowa dirt, black gold.
Yeah.
Completely gone, washed to the ocean. Wow. So, you're talking about, okay, like a ton of dirt is a cubic yard, like 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. And so we're literally talking about, thousands of tons of dirt, or millions of tons of dirt washed away. And that dirt is worth $10 a ton. So it's, over the next 100 years, it's only going to get worse and worse. Every year it's worse and worse, losing more and more of a precious resource. That once it's gone forever,
Yeah, can't dig it up from the Gulf, I guess, right?
No. Yeah.
But why did the erosion start here? Like, was it the road or something? I'm genuinely curious.
No, so
That's a really good
with
question.
all the farms in Iowa, so the soil is such good soil, it holds moisture, right? And so what they do in Iowa is they install drain tile underneath it. So that's like these corrugated plastic pipes with a lot of holes in it. So every time it rains, it like floods like crazy. All that water, so there's about 200 acres across the street here that all drains into this. Every time it rains, it's like, the soil's not holding any of that moisture at all. So, so when you have that super high flow, it causes erosion. And beavers can't build dams here because the flow washes them out.
Where does this start? Like,
It literally starts just right there.
Right there.
Yeah, so if you go to the other, so there's like a culvert coming under the road right up there. And so the other side of that culvert, there's literally no creek at all.
Weird.
It's just the drainage from the drain tiles coming under the road. And that's
Starting here.
this is the very beginning of the creek.
Wow. So it just keeps digging into this.
Yeah. And so that's why the owner had all this concrete placed here, was to help stop the erosion. So the idea with this dam was to actually divert the water around this channel here. But Brad and I concluded we didn't have enough clay to make it fully watertight, so it ended up eroding. So Brad and I decided to just dump another ton or two of clay over it, see what that does. And this one needs willow too.
We didn't do the glue tops, but they're still doing pretty well.
Right.
Check out those ones too.
Got a bunch of honeysuckle growing through this.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. Oh, look at that willow.
That's sweet.
Dang. That willow. Getting all willowed up here for the beavers.